New broadcast is up. Yeah, because I couldn't get back in it. Okay. Uh, are you? It's still active on the other chat. It's still like showing me there. Okay. Now it just started on the other one. Okay. Hey guys, in the new one, who was I speaking with here in the call? Sorry, Jay. Hey Jay, can you speak so that they can hear you? Can you guys hear Jay now? Hey Jay, can you say something else just to make sure? Okay. Okay. I don't know why I never had a problem with this before, and all of a sudden I'm having a problem. Maybe I'll leave this and I'll call into the conference call and I'll put it on speakerphone on my phone so everybody can hear it. But I don't know how I'm going to do that. I won't be able to do the question and answer, and it's going to be really noisy then. Yeah. All right, Jay, can you try speaking? Maybe we'll see how this goes. I'm recording the call. Yeah, I'm recording the call anyway, so I could always upload it afterward if there's really a problem. That were successful with everything. Successful as in like who? Successful how? Yeah. I haven't had like I haven't talked. That's Todd. I think you're talking about there. Um, I have not heard anything from him since that call. Actually, I know. I mean, like me personally, that's all I can really speak for. I have not had. Um, any reversals so far since the original. I've only paid one more bill that has come up from the beginning ones where I had the reversals, and that one's held for like a week now with no reversal. So I don't know, opening up or maybe it's a fluke. Yep. Go ahead. Thank you. All right, 925. How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. Well, what's up, Harvey? Right.
I'm in full agreement with you. Reserve is where I have proven it. The Federal Reserve is where pretty much everybody else has proven their account exists. So why people keep going and referencing the TDAs is, I think it's confusing a lot of people, or it may be like kind of corralling people into this TDA, thing that really right now, I mean, what's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the whole push with the TDA. I think it's because IUV has been calling them TDAs since they found out about them. So I think that's gotten a lot of people referring to them as Treasury Direct accounts, even though they really have nothing to do with Treasury Direct. And that's where all these misconceptions with that you need to fill out Treasury Direct forms in order to access these accounts, which those Treasury Direct forms do absolutely nothing.
Right.
So I don't know. It's I'm on the same page with you there. I've been trying to put the misconception.
So now the factualized trust, that's accessing, again, that's the TDA, correct?
Yeah, the factualized trust it's the secret society trust account, but it's called a Treasury Direct account by IUV. It's just their wording that has half the movement calls it a secret trust account or secret society account, and then the other half calls it a TDA account. I think it's ultimately the same thing. It's just caused a lot of confusion. That's another reason why, what I've been trying to get out, the unity between all of the people that are speaking, about this and putting out information about this is key. And then unity from the entire community as a whole. That way, because when you have one half referring to something as one thing and one half referring to something as another thing, and then for these new people that are freshly woken up and they've been tucked away, wrapped up, swaddled in a blankie for their whole life, and they have no concept of, and it's very hard for them.
Yeah,
and I feel for them for that, because
that's what I want to talk about. It's like, it seems like we're getting like very sidetracked on a whole lot of unproven methods and an unproven, a lot of filings, a lot of, that they have complete and unfettered access to the account. So why there's more and more methods coming up and still none of them proven, muddying the waters, and we're losing focus on what the goal should be. We should be still trying to wake up millions of people, as to the fact that the accounts exist through the Federal Reserve, and less on the little, personal attempts at linking these alternate, methods that aren't even really proven,
Yeah, definitely. definitely. We gotta figure out the method that we started out with before we jump to the new ones. We gotta
exactly. I mean, that method that we started out with, that's what's there. You know, that's what everyone can grab onto and say, you know, even if you got a reversal, you still saw the transaction go into pending, you know, approved, and then later on reversal. But I mean, still, even those actions, those statuses, you know, show that there is an account there. So why people are going out grasping at shit that's really not there? You know, you're going plugging in these numbers into Fidelity. You're going to plug in these numbers in Social Security credit union. You know, there's nothing there that really ties to you. I mean, other than this control number that's on the back of your Social Security card, or some other number that you've come up with that, you know, is a method of attaining a number that you have an account number in. There's really nothing other than that number that you have to identify, you know, what you think is your account. At least with the Federal Reserve, you have 2 points of identification. You have the account number and you have the account name. You know, that's more than you have on anything else. So why people are looking for other shit is like beyond me. It's like we need to stay focused on what we know is there. And all the other shit, you know, if people want to go chase on that on their own time, then that's great. But we need to stay focused as a group and you know, keeping the main goal of waking as many people up as possible so that we can drive change instead of, you know, worrying about all these side, you know, other methods that might work for some people, but, you know, have proven to not work for most.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree there. And, you know, like a lot of people are getting discouraged at thinking that because of the reversals, it means the accounts aren't working anymore. But the truth of the matter is, I mean, tomorrow I'm going to have a little bit of proof. I'll have something physical that I know 100% will be here. And that was bought with the Treasury Direct account. And, you guys,
man, we about to play PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it's a PlayStation 4 Pro for my kids. So, and that was bought with my Treasury Direct account. And, yeah, so I will have that.
Oh, you mean your Federal Reserve account?
Yeah. There's my Federal Reserve Secret Society account. And you guys will get to see that tomorrow, I guess. It'll be here by 8:00 p.m. It's like
proof is proof.
It's already
that's what people want, you know. And of course, you're going to have those that say, "Oh, well, I'm sure he pays for that out of his own pocket," you know, or you know. I'm all about proof. And you know, I know that if you're presenting it, then it's proof, and you know that's what everybody else does.
Well, you know what? Just to even further disprove anybody that tries to disprove that that's what it was bought with, I'm going to be showing, you know. The receipt, which will show the account number, the last couple digits of the account number will be the same account number that I have my proof from the 2 signatures required document that I got back from my one utility bill that they reversed on me. So they'll be able to see that. And
2 signatures required. So that was 2 signatures required in order to process your payment?
That was with the utility bill. They since then, since I pushed and asked questions, they won't let me do e-bills anymore, pay online. So that's fine.
Shit, you should still go after him with it.
Oh, I am. I'm still going after him.
Ask him why.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I'm still going after him.
I mean, you have a right to know. Just like I'm waiting for my check to come back, or like for it to come back from the check that I deposited last week, or was it Tuesday? You know, I'm eagerly anticipating it to be returned, you know, unpaid or reversed or whatever, so I can go into my bank and grill them, you know, as far as, you know, trying to get as much information as I can about, you know, why it was reversed and what can I do in order to ensure that reversals don't happen in the future, you know, since they are the bank between, you know, banks. I'm acting as a bank and the Federal Reserve is a bank.
Right. And, you know, I think a lot of it, too, is those third-party processing companies, you know, getting a hold of what's that one? I blank.
Is that what you're talking about?
You know, because a lot of why people are getting their transactions is because those accounts have never been used. and or put it in a letter, but ends up making it so then these transactions, some people are having luck and they're going through at that point. Like I said, I mean, I was able to do what I did.
Been contacting the third parties and verifying the account, using the third parties to verify the account, and then after they verify it, then they're having more luck with the payments being processed.
Yeah, but you know.
So that's all I had, man. Just everyone, stay up, stay positive. Don't be trolls. You notice there's tons of the fucking trolls out there. They just keep the negativity to, unless you enjoy pounding on trolls, just let those fools keep on talking about what they're talking about, and keep our goal as far as waking up as many people as we can, because that is the goal, is to wake up as many people as we can. And then once we get enough people woken up and, enough people angry about, the limited access to their accounts, we'll probably be able to drive some kind of change in order to open it up, or, we'll just collapse the whole fucking system. Doesn't matter.
Now, what are you thinking, Harvey, on this information that was put on IUV today?
I didn't even hear about it. So yeah, go ahead and update me, because I heard something. I mean, now it seems like there's a question as to the factualized trust, or, what's going on with that.
Well, Heather, I guess Heather had gotten a hold of, I think it was BZ or somebody there. And they had a phone call today, and I guess she spoke with, in quote, the families are talking about dismissing the case. They know they lost, and they don't like the way it's flowing. She thinks that she may not have to leave DC, that she may be getting released, and just got another call. Things are flowing fast now. She's released the families from any legal retribution and liability for jailing her. And then a couple minutes later, they added they are working to get the case dismissed and everyone have access to their funds. So,
and this is all happening on a Sunday.
That's what I'm kind of right there with you on it, and that's why I wanted to. I made sure when I put my update to everybody on that I was clear that we don't want to stop moving forward. Don't take that as a stand down order, because we got to keep pressure on them. If it ends up being reality, and that does happen, then that's wonderful. But we cannot expect these people to
we can't expect a fairy tale ending.
Exactly. We got to keep making noise and waking people up, and coming together.
And again, about the third party sources of information. I mean, I'm the whole case coverage thing. I mean, I'm not denying it. I'm not questioning. I'm just kind of lost as far as the coverage is concerned, because I mean, the information is coming from any rinky-dink source, and it's really, there's really no way to verify what's being, put out there. So it's like, okay, so we're just supposed to believe this fairy tale and keep riding along with it, and and hope that everything pans out, and the families won't, prosecute her, and she won't hold the families responsible, and all this other stuff. Is okay, well,
right.
Out here in the real world, it's like Sunday, really understood it's happening behind the scenes on the Sunday.
Right, and that's it. We can't expect everybody else to resolve this for us. We all have to keep doing, and everybody's been willing. Everybody's been fighting, and I'm so proud of everybody for how strong and tall they've stood, and that we got to keep pushing forward. That's the only way anything's going to change is waking more.
Definitely opened up a lot of people. It's opened up a lot of people's realization that they do have the ability to research, and they do have the ability to go and find facts for themselves in order to convince themselves. And so instead of just hearing what's being told to you, it's your responsibility to go and look into everything that's claimed and proof. If someone tells you that they have a method that works, and then it's going to get you access to this, and it's going to give you that, then if you're just going to go and fly blind into what they're offering you, and God forbid throw money at them, for anything they're offering you, then you're going to deserve what you get as the outcome, which is pretty much going to be nothing.
Right. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with Neil Wolf
Neil Wolf was the put up coverage of that once he saw it on IUV's site. So I did reach out to Neil because I guess there's talks of getting a petition going to get Heather and Randy released and raise some awareness. So I did reach out to Neil. And
I hear that Randy's still. I heard that Randy's not even still in custody. That he was released a while ago.
The last update I saw as far as that, they're telling
like
to send.
A couple days ago. Now I went and I pulled it up. I brought it up during Jermaine's live stream, and I went and pulled up the video that I seen. But I've seen it in more than 2 places that Randy's been released. Now I don't know if this is all hearsay. Again, the information that we're getting is from third-party sources. So their information is hearsay too. So it's there's no telling what's fact and what's fiction, and that it'd be great to be able to hear one of them, on one of these conference calls, start explaining what the hell is going on, or what they're doing, or that is the failure they take, and the whole speaking Heather behind a veil. No one's heard from Heather out here.
Wow, for some reason I'm having like a serious breakup here. I lost you. You still there?
Yeah. I'm here.
I don't know what's going on lately, man. It's like but anyway,
with you, man. They don't want you to get the truth out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think I'm gonna have to. That's my main plan tomorrow is to raise hell and get this squared away. But anyway, I did get contact information for Heather's group there, BZ. They reached out to me via email, and I don't know if you'd be interested, but I definitely am, especially with what you're talking about. Trying to arrange a phone call.
I'm hearing from Heather herself.
That's what I'm talking.
Tired of getting word of mouth from them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm trying to I'll try to talk with BZ tomorrow and set it up so that we can speak with Heather directly. Putting some money on it.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'll let you know what I get to with that.
If you're able to get square any time away to talk with her. I would definitely want to be involved in that, and just get a better idea what's going on, and without all the nonsense muddying the waters. I mean, the family's charging her. I mean, the last I checked, the United States government charged her, so I don't know what family she's talking about.
Right.
She's talking about the Rothschilds and all those people, and then that's gonna kind of cause me to question. Okay, so you're in good with them, so what the hell do you care about us for?
As far as you there? All right, Harvey's gone. Steve Estelle. Steve Estelle? Okay, that's obviously a troll. 903? $903? 903? You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm here. All right, okay, Mike, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right. Just seems as though the connection's not. I'm actually wondering if I'm getting DDoSed now that I'm thinking about it with that troll that just called. That might be very possible why the connection's so messed up.
I really do believe so. They don't want you to get this information out. I'm really glad you're brave enough to do this. I'm a paralegal, and I had the trust note and everything went through. And then about a week later, it came back with first, and then they sent me letters in the mail saying it's paid off. When I went to log back on, it said I still owe the same balance I had before. They sent me a letter saying I was zero balance.
So they said it was.
I would think.
They said your transaction was reversed, and then it turned out to be paid off $0.
Yes, they did, but exactly. But they send me emails confirmation off of each payment, and then they turn around and when I logged in, it says nothing to do. It's my last time logging in because it's paid off. I took screenshots of it, and then they send me letters in the mail saying it's paid off, and then I go back to log back in. It says that I have the same balance, so they saying that I still owe them this balance. I'm thinking like, no, no, I got two different proofs of it. But I finally came to realization that it might be the fact is I think the address that we give for the account information, I think that makes a difference. And I think it's between your driver's license or the address you were born at. I'm just taking a long shot there because if they got the actual information from the birth, they probably gonna stick with one address. All the addresses on your driver's license currently, even if you don't live there anymore.
Yeah, that could be very true. It goes by the registered address off your driver's license. That makes sense.
That's why I wanted to go there. And my last thing I wanted to mention was that I opened up a merchant account for my business, and I had put in a few transactions to my merchant account, and it came back and said it cleared it first. The money should be here about 3 to 7 days later, and they came back and said no account. So I don't believe that our account is still registered as a Federal Reserve. I think they did transfer it to the Federal through a public trust because it comes up no account 3 different times, and I use 3 different information for a merchant account.
That's interesting.
Exactly. So I just thought I'd throw that out there to you. I appreciate what you're doing. I love your videos. I appreciate what Harvey is doing, and I'm really, really happy with what Heather's doing for us. I think it's going to be a big success. I don't think they're going to convict her of anything because I didn't see anything she's done wrong besides put herself in the capacity of an attorney, and she hasn't practiced law since 2013. So she shouldn't have done that. Now they can't get on nothing else, but they can get her for that.
Yeah, there's. I'm gonna actually reach out to BZ tomorrow and see if I can schedule a time for Harvey and I to be able to talk to Heather and get it be able to like maybe live stream it for you guys, so we can get some direct from Heather what she's talking about and what's going on. I'll try to find out if that's something we can make possible, and then I'm also going to be looking into the everything with Randy because an IUV was saying that he was still incarcerated, that they were asking people to send him postcards. So maybe tomorrow I'm going to have to go on and try to look on the Department of Justice sites and see. I have the case number, being that we have all the paperwork, so I'll find out. I'll find out one way or another.
Well, Mike, I just want to spit that out to you, and thank you for taking my call, and I'm going to go ahead and also someone else can actually report the portion also.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome.
No problem at all, man. I'm here to help you like you all doing.
That's great, man. Unity, man. Much love, brother.
Thank you.
HVQ.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. What I was trying to find out is I'm having a hard time with my cubic number.
With your what?
Is it Cupid?
QSIP?
Q-tip.
QSIP. Yeah, QSIP number.
QSIP number, yes. And can you tell me how exactly I use it? Or how I find it?
Well, your QSIP number is on the back of your Social Security card. It's the red number on the back of, it depends, though, because there's many different QSIP numbers. Anytime you get a ticket, there's a QSIP number. Any kind of security you have, there's a QSIP number on. And then on the back of your Social Security card, it's going to have a QSIP number as well.
Okay, well, I don't have any red numbers. I have a letter for the number, but it's not red. So that's going to be the same?
Yeah, if it's got the letter superseding the preceding the number, then that would be your QSIT number. Yep.
Okay, so the number on the back of the card. Okay.
It just it may have been before they started making them red, or it may have worn over time or something.
Okay, well, I did use it once, and I stopped because I got reversals. But I didn't. It took, but then, and they confirmed the payment. They came back and called me and told me that the number didn't go through, and I didn't really push it. I just kind of, just let it go. But so I did it twice, my electric bill, and it confirmed it twice. But then they never sent me a rejection notice. They called me and said the payment didn't go through. So
you don't use the QSIT number as the account number.
No, I used my social security number, and I used the routing number.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I
used the routing number and then my my social security number, and it went through. And I got confirmation, and then 2 days later they reversed it, and I had paid 2 bills with my electric company, and then they called me and said that I couldn't use a check anymore. I'd have to use a card. So, and also encounter some fees. So right now I've started trying to pay my car note, and I use the same thing, the routing number, the federal bureau routing number, my social security number. And it went through, but of course it hadn't been processed because they hadn't done it yet. But so I'm wondering if it doesn't go through and they call me back, I should start pushing and asking questions about why it didn't go through and that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more than that. I would recommend watching some of the different reversal videos out there. They'll give you a good amount of information on how to what you should say and how to combat that. Mm-hmm. There's I know Harvey's got a few. I've got a couple. There's quite a few out there, and some people have some better ideas too on how to combat reversals. But I would stand your ground and say that you're the only authorized signature on the account, and you basically want to make them prove that they did not receive the money or that they did send the money back.
Okay. Well, I just want to ask this again about the QSIP. So when do you use that number? When is that number used?
The QSIP number is that's just when, like, say you're searching on Fidelity or you're looking up for some of your securities. That's some of your bonds and stuff are tied to that number.
Okay, so and when you look it up, you're looking up stock and bonds.
Yeah, you're looking up different securities that would be tied to your social and your QSIP number.
Well, how do you know what is associated with? I mean, when you have the pull down, how do you know which one to search? Do you search on stocks or do you search on bonds?
I have like a step-by-step video for Fidelity that'll walk you through. If you play, I would do like a half screen, and then start your own like half screen on Fidelity, and it'll walk you through the steps on that.
Okay, so you have a video out there?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you a lot.
Not a problem. Yeah, if you do both half screens, it'll walk you right through how to do it and how to check for that.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Not a problem.
Bye. Thank you.
704. 704. 704. You're not there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Great.
Okay, yes, this is Sparkle. Okay, so I have a little quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I had called Telecheck, to basically verify some things with my trial, which I was on the last call as well. But with my trial, just to see if the account was, accurate and stuff. And something that you said about like the lesser banks and all that, you was not, with all that, I just put it that way. You was, basically saying, you're not trying to say not do it or do it, but you're not doing it. That's what I had been doing, right? That's what I had been doing at the beginning. And when I spoke with Telecheck, they had advised me that I had an outstanding balance for a bank that I had last year, which is very accurate. So, and they were basically letting me know that that's why my payments was not going through for Amazon. So I was like, okay. So by being persistent and everything, I was like, well, maybe let me go back to the beginning of how this all started as far as us using our Federal Reserve Bank, information, a routing number. So I went back to that. And when I did that, it actually went through. Now, I have not received anything in the mail yet because it's actually due to arrive the 16th. But it was a little step of confirmation that, okay, something's out there, that's connected to me, because it's the first time that I saw this. So my question is, if anybody has an outstanding balance with another bank, and we are trying to use the lesser bank method, which I'm no longer doing anymore, would you having an account already open or a balance, would that affect you even trying to use another bank, if you understand what I'm saying?
So you're saying that with using the lesser bank method, you were trying to buy stuff on Amazon and Telechecks wasn't letting you do it because you might have had like an outstanding balance at another bank?
Right. And then I went.
And you called them, and what did they say?
Yeah, I called them, and they basically verified and let me know that that was the reason why, my payments wasn't going through. They didn't say, that the account was not active or it was no account. They just told me that I could not use that lesser bank method. Well, they didn't say that, of course, but the lesser bank method was trying to purchase something through Amazon. So then I went on and did my Federal Reserve Bank routing number, and it went through. So is it where, because our Federal Reserve Bank and all that is connected to our straw man, basically. But because if we do have any issues with other banks, it's connected to our personal.
So okay, well that might actually be a very good reason why some people are having denials and refusals with these third-party processing services. That you might have actually just given shed a little bit of light for some of the reason why some people are having that, because if Telechecks is automatically going to bounce out a payment did they say it's like over a certain dollar amount, it gets bounced out or something?
Right.
So basically for those people, they'd want to keep it under whatever, like under maybe a certain dollar amount, and then they'd be all right.
Yeah, that's possibly, that's very accurate. That's what I was thinking as well. So, but I didn't ever try it back again, with the lesser bank method, because I just got off the phone with you actually because I was on the first conference. And then I just sat here and I was like, okay, maybe, in all realization, if when we all first started this, it was the Federal Reserve Bank routing number that we all could use. And then because the higher number of people that were using it, they flagged it and then they basically shut it down. So now we're all, a lot of people are doing the lesser bank, that some is working and some isn't working. So I was like, okay, it's not working for me. Let me go back to what was in the beginning, which was the Federal Reserve Bank routing number.
Right.
And that's what worked for me.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying is that I've been telling people all along that people were saying, well, they shut down the Federal Reserve, or they changed them. No, they were temporarily disabling them, whether it be through the third-party apps or processing services or the vendors. They were being temporarily, disabled. And like I said, I mean, it was just a test. I wasn't expecting it to go through, but I was messing around and I was trying to try some different things out, and I was able to purchase, an item that was, it wasn't cheap. It was several $100s with that on Amazon, and it shipped out last night. It's halfway to my house now. It'll be here tomorrow afternoon. I have a UPS tracking, and I know where it is. So, it is working. So for people to say it's not, it's just that you got to find your right location. But I by me saying that, I don't want to make people start getting crazy and trying to jump on and do that. I still want people to use their heads and remember that, by doing this. Oh. I'm telling you what, this conference call is doomed tonight. The app just crashed for the conference call, so hold on. This is just doomed tonight. The lady I was just speaking with, please hop back in right away in the question and answer thing. To the lady.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com.
There are 56 participants in the conference. The recording has started.
Okay, to those who I was just speaking. Yeah, hold on. Hop back in the question and answer real quick. Okay, you're still here. Sweet. All right. Perfect.
Yes, because you.
It crashed. Yeah.
I lost you.
Yeah, the app crashed. The app crashed. I'm sorry. Okay, so I want to make sure though that when I'm saying this, because I don't want people to then start getting buy crazy and then end up getting themselves in a bad position. So I want to make it very clear that you got to remember there's always a possibility that by using it you're going to have extra fees. So if you're not in a position where if you do have extra fees that you can handle that, then don't do it yet. Wait, and if there is always a risk associated with doing this, even though it's ours. So you got to make sure, to those of you that are new, if you have to ask questions about the basics, then you need to make sure that you go back through and you watch all of the information out there and research it fully. This isn't something that you want to enter into without really knowing what you're getting into and what you're doing. And I say that out of care. I'm not saying that being like arrogant or anything. It's because I care. And I don't want anybody getting in a bad situation. Oh, what the heck? Okay, obviously something does not want me to do this tonight because I just crashed again. Okay, This is the last time. If this crashes again, then
This service is provided by free.com.
I almost feel like somebody's DDoSing me or something.
Participants in the conference. The recording has started.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I keep getting
It's
crashing.
crazy right now. The only thing is I'm about to let you go so somebody else can come in. But I completely agree with you, you know, and like I say, it was just a trial because I'm waiting like you are to see where everything goes with Heather and everything, and you know, and then go forth with the process, you know, to see what we can actually do and get. But I do appreciate you. I thank you so much. And, you know, right now everybody's watching as far as, you know, government is, you know, Blase and all that. They watch and they try not to allow you to speak and do what you do best. But it's okay because we're still here for you. And thank you so much for your energy and love you.
Same to you. Thank you so much too. And yeah, I really appreciate the support. Yeah, they're not liking me getting this out. I don't think they like this many people coming together and you know, getting together for a specific cause. It's making them scared. And I do want to say to everybody, I don't know if everybody caught the new videos I put out today, but there are some that are going to be really good for especially the new people, but even the people who've been awake for a while. One, and for instance, is the perhaps the most eye-opening video on central banks and the Federal Reserve. It's about an hour long, but it's well worth the watch. So if you guys haven't seen that, I would definitely, when you have an hour, I would watch it. It's got some of the best information out there. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your call and the information. You actually may have just shed quite a bit of light for some of the cases that people are having where they're not being having success.
Right.
Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
631. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong list. All right, 205.
Hi, Mike.
Hello?
Hey, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm having a really hard time hearing you.
Oh, hold on. Is this better?
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, what I wanted to say is I had gotten an email from Amazon also, and it told me to call TRS Recovery. And I did give them a call, and once I spoke with them, I thought the problem was resolved, and I tried it again, and I did get a reversal from Amazon. After the second attempt, recovery service told me to call Telecheck.
Okay.
When I called Telecheck, and also after listening to Todd, I called Telecheck and gave them the information, the Starman account, the name, and all of that. And the customer service rep that I was talking to, he said that they can't see the accounts that they deal with. They don't tell the merchant that their account is not doesn't have any money in it or not. They say, but they have like a template or something that they go by, and it sends up red flags, and they will send a code to the merchant that it could be a risk, you know, and it's up to the merchants on whether or not they're going to actually let it go through. But what he did was when he let me give him all that information, and he told me to wait 7 days before I placed the order again. Now, I got an email. Well, for me, 7 days will be this coming Thursday. So I'll wait for them before I redo it. But I got another email from Amazon that was saying that they was taking the hold off my account, and they were instructing recovery services, which I should have had the email up. They was instructing them not to restrict or something like that, and I was going to call Amazon back about that too, because I'm not sure what they're saying. I don't know if they're saying that they was going to, I don't know what it means. But the point I was making is that Teletech told me the same thing And they were real nice. And they give you, they ask you about 5 or 6 questions. And the call is pretty much over in 5 minutes. And they did not say whether or not, he just said that you're good to go. And one of the things that they do look at is that your personal account, because the recovery service and telecheck, if you go to Walmart and you have a bounce check out somewhere in the universe, they're the ones that catch it, and where you are not allowed to write a check to merchants until you take care of it. So that's the first thing that they look at on the personal side. She said, well, the good news is that we don't see anything on your account, so I need for you to call telecheck. And when I did talk to him, he said that if you have an account that they're not familiar with and you start using it all of a sudden and buying, in my case, I was buying a laptop or just stuff like that I needed. I think about 500 total. He said that would send out an alert to Amazon. So when I tried again this coming week, and I'll give you a call and let you know. Well, if we get on another conference call, I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing these. I have one like this every Sunday, and then I'll have an open subject one on like Fridays, and maybe one somewhere also in the week. But yeah, no, that's good information. So you're saying you mentioned something about $500. So it seems like if you go over $500, that seems to be the number where then telecheck kind of gets involved almost.
It possibly is, especially if you see. I didn't use Amazon, so it could be because I've never come on their site for one thing to order anything, and then all of a sudden it's 5 and that kind of. They could have also been a factor because I don't normally shop with them.
Right.
Yeah, and I can't remember where I saw this at, but I've been taking notes, and there's so many notes, and I should have made a notation where I got it from. But about the ACH. As far as the credit transactions, I wrote it down. It's the tax refunds, direct deposits, and payroll. They do those specifically credit transfers. Debit transfers normally are the mortgage, utilities, and debt only. So if you're trying to do a certain transaction in the wrong way, that could also give you a reversal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. So it's just like everything we've been able to do is always it's involving checks. So because we don't have a way to do a debit that I know of, a debit or credit transaction without our account numbers and round numbers.
Right.
I just wanted to throw it out there.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Without having the card for that. Yeah.
Right. But I just wanted to let you know about the telecheck thing. I really think that the telecheck part of it is going to work because once they verify that you are who you say you are, and I spelled out my entire name is on the Social Security card, he took it without a problem. He said, "Well, you're good to go." So I'll see you this coming week.
Yeah, and also when you did that, they asked you those questions, were they asking you personal questions like what was your vehicle and blah 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 and stuff like that?
No, he asked. I told him that I was told to call, and then he asked what the first thing he asked for was the account number and the route number. And then after that, then he gets the name. You give him, the name. And in my case, they just asked for the address and my personal phone number. Now, I know there is one other person. Oh, also a check number. Well, did I have a check number I wanted to start from? And I gave him one. So, and but I know of others that have tried. That's called telecheck because I was giving everybody that information. These called telecheck. They ask them for driver's license or ID number. So every customer service rep at telecheck is different. They may ask you for different things, but from that point, I mean, that's it. They don't get into a lot of details about anything. They ask you for the information they want you to give it to them. They put it in and get you off the phone.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely. Awesome. Thank you so much for all that info.
Okay.
That was definitely very useful stuff. So, and I'm sure everybody here kind of understands that. It seems like 500 is the magic number for telechecks. So,
I'm sorry. One more thing, Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As far as the creditors go, I don't know where. It might have been Todd or it could have been Ginger. Ginger is another person that's on YouTube, and I tried to put it on the Facebook. No, they had it on the page. where she's talking about that she did the same thing with Telecheck, and she hasn't had any reversals, and she's actually gone to the bank and opened accounts with that routing number and everything. But there are other third-party processors out there. They may not always be Telecheck.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. There are other ones out there.
Right.
So you got to verify which one it is.
Creditor, which one it is if you're having a reversal, which one it is, and call them and give them that information.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome.
You have a good night. 478.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Good. I'm using a Bluetooth and in my truck driving. I was on the conference call last week. I was the one whose family was overseas in Africa for embassy duty.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
Okay. Since then, I guess you could say I was in the beginning stages of awakening, and I'm much further along now, thanks to you and a lot of your videos and a bunch of other people out there. I've talked to my mother, my wife about it, and my father. He doesn't play with computers or smart devices, and he was just kind of nodding his head, going, sure, there's a secret account out there for everybody, right? But it took some convincing from my wife, and my mother. She's kind of along the same lines as me with pulling up all kinds of information on YouTube that's helpful for everything. She's right along with it. She's in the beginning stages, but something I was thinking about earlier today, which I'm sure has probably already crossed your mind, and a lot of the others who have been doing this a lot more. It was thought that maybe this was planned to get out, and the Federal Reserve is responsible for a lot of market crashes, and that maybe this is supposed to be a trigger
for
another economic collapse, and that if everybody out there hits the lottery, the next price of a soda is going to be like $1,000. You know?
Yeah, I've actually been pretty vocal about that too. I definitely am picking up what you're putting down there.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, from the beginning, I thought it was very curious, timing and the fact that it got out the way it did, and with everything going on the way it is. But at the same time, we really can't have any fear. I mean, the way I see it is, even if it does, collapse the Fed and end up making a change, we end up having a change, then, in the end, if we wake enough people up and we get enough people, to be aware of what's going on, and that we can actually make the change, instead of them instilling the change that they want, we can instill the change that we want. And that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing,
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If their banking structure collapses, then maybe it's a chance for us to reiterate gold and silver. That's a good point. Hopefully, if there's a big confusion, we'll be able to be kept under control. But yeah, I'm right there with you as far as getting this stuff out, even with, that, a little bit in the back of my mind. It's, the things that they've done, the whole idea of a birth certificate being like a contract for labor is just, it's corrupt. I thought slavery was abolished a long time ago. It's just, anyway, yeah, I just wanted to ask about that, and tell you you're doing a great job. You got loads of patience, man. You're putting the spot you're in on purpose, man. I'm telling you, somebody out there up above has selected you for this, and you got the right patience for it. Do all the research, handle guys like me after, but probably you've answered for it. But I appreciate your time, man. Thanks for being a voice to guys like me, waking us up.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you know, I'm just a guy. The force behind this whole movement is every one of you guys, and you guys are fearless. You've stood up, and I'm so impressed and proud of every single one of you. It's a beautiful thing, especially with everybody coming together. And it seems as though it's happening more now. We've had some people, you know, get deterred or whatever, but for the most part, everybody stood together, and it seems like they're slowly but surely everybody's coming together, and that's really what we need, is that unity. That's what's going to be our strength. So thank you.
Amen. Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
You too.
See you, Estelle. Hello? Yeah, I hear you. I can't understand you. I can hear you, but I can't understand you. What's that? I cannot understand that, man. If you're concerned with your voice being out there, just you can email me and we'll talk. All right. Thank you. 985.
985. Yeah, this is Troy Shipley. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was the guy who tried to get in touch with Harvey and to let him know I did get his number through the call like you're doing now, and he didn't take it too well, so I just wanted to apologize. Also, I didn't mean no harm of doing that. But my question is, I wanted to know, I did the CDs through Barclays. I did not relay that to Harvey because at the time they did not reject me. And I was trying to find out, did anyone else got any document, meaning paperwork, sent to them before they got reversed or not? Because I just got reversed, but I do have some actual physical paperwork they sent me in the mail. So I was just trying to find some information through Harvey, but that didn't turn out so well. So I don't know if you know anything about that or not.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't. Harvey was that was his thing he had going was the conference calls for Barclays and kind of persistent on Barclays.
But I didn't. He told the.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. You're good. Go ahead.
He did he told the people that did not get rejected yet, he don't call in for it, and that's the reason why I did not call, because at the time he was trying to set everything up. I was not. They just did it this week past.
Okay. Yeah. What I would do is I'm sure Harvey will see this. But I would also just email him. His email is it's actually on his channel, I believe. But he's been.
I've been having problems on that. I don't know if I'm old school, so I was trying to tell him I'm not as savvy, people, on the computers or typing and all that. So I tried to get on. I know his website. But I don't know if it's something I have to sign in again once you get in the website, in order to get to him on the website. I just don't know
you can
how to figure that part of it out.
Yeah, you can simply email him, just like, you know, through your email address. Just send him an email. He has an email, which is Vapor. He's had that out publicly, so I don't think he'll be mad at me giving that to you. But that was vaporstats@yahoo.com.
Okay.
I would email him, and yeah, I don't think that'd be your best bet. Just let him know. Say, hey, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was a problem, and I was just trying to get in touch.
I did send him an email, and I also want to apologize to you because I say I know I did not do it the intentions to piss somebody off or do no harm. I was just trying to get a dialogue with him to find some information out.
Apologize to me. It's there's no harm, no foul. It was my fault. I didn't realize that numbers were put out on that conference call. So now it's actually a learning experience. So now I make sure I don't put up the screen that shows the video of everybody, being that phone numbers get exposed. So you actually ended up helping everybody. So don't worry about it.
I sure appreciate it, and I'll let somebody else get a turn. So I thank you very much. I love what you're doing because this topic, you give us a chance to dialogue with you, and I guess that's what I was trying to tell Harvey and the other people that I do look at and listen to. If they can set up something at least like what you have, so we can all dialogue with each other, I think it would make, because I think what the problem is, a lot of people assume that everybody get it on every level. You know, you got to understand that some of us on the lower level, the middle level, the higher, and the higher level. So if someone can get to you and say, well, hey, I still don't understand, then you can probably just break it down a little further. And like you do, you tell them, look, you need to go to the beginning, and then you can catch up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what this is all about. I'm glad that it's working for everybody, and thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Allison? Allison? Allison?
Hey, here I am. I think I had it on mute. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, I was going to ask, I know that there's been something going on about Heather and the release of the funds and all that stuff. And then everybody was saying, like, get those factual trust notarized. I'm wondering if anybody's read that document in an auditing type fashion, like from due diligence standpoint. Has anybody audited the document for accuracy? And have we all been finding all of our numbers on the TDA system, the Treasury Direct account, where I found my passport, my driver's license, the two from my birth certificate, the EINs associated with my businesses, and they're associated with an issue date. It's the same as the date that I opened them. So that means that bonds are being taken on all of our serial numbers. And that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of, is the law that's associated with that aspect of it. Like, okay, maybe they're making bonds on numbers and creating a market, which we already know. But how can they take the interest? That's what I want to know.
You know, that's a very good question. And yeah, I mean, the factualized trust, you bring up a very valid point. Now, because I'm going to
audit the document just so you guys know. I'm going to take a gander at it, and I'll post what I come up with if there's anything concerning.
Yeah, because I mean, the factualized trust, as far as there was mistakes, and I know that before Heather got locked up, you know, people were addressing those, and then she would correct them. But as far as that document, I've actually never seen another document like that.
Did you read the Living Trust, the living law of the land?
Yes.
You did that. Okay. So I was almost in, but I was really imagining about maybe 300 years from now. And it's going to take that long to organize things properly. So it certainly isn't overnight, and it kind of puts a lot of people on the defense, which I'm good with, but it's really hard to overcome immediately. It made me wonder What's up with the disclosure of the ETs, you know? So it brings in a whole other level of color that the website also said, you know, here's a story about a young middle lady, you know, that was imagining the world being perfect and so on and so forth. And it almost sounded like it was telling you it was a book. So for a second, I was like, wait a minute. So I don't know if I know that in the end, right, the bad guy comes looking like the good guy. So around time now, I'm going to do a step, the due diligence. That's saying, okay, I'm going to double check things and make sure that I understand at all times that it could be a false representation. Now, I'm not going to say that about Heather. She's a very intelligent woman. I can already understand that. And she seems like she's got the right thing in her heart. Let's find out to what extent that whole law of the land thing is, because I think it's tied in with this trust. I think the documents went together like, refer to the land of the law, or the law of the land book, you know, which had a lot of rules in it, and it had a lot of agreements that were almost super fantasy that didn't make sense. So I'm going to take a look at that document. But also what I suggest is that we take a look at this from a proper perspective. So that way, no matter what happens, what it really is or isn't with your straw man and your name, because my birth certificate is not in capital letters. Check that out. I can't find anything out about that. I'm wondering if I got to drive down to, you know, them talk to them in person. But my birth certificate, and I got a certified copy of it just a couple years ago. Neither of them are in capital letters. So what does that mean? I mean, so all that we know is that there are certain laws that are in effect, and if the New World Order doesn't change and the financial system doesn't change, even though I think it is, see, they're going to give us Bitcoin, they're going to offer us something lowball. They're going to try to convince us that the money's not there, but I believe it is. Like I said, this interest in all these serial numbers. So how many numbers are there out there? So anyway, I thank you guys for listening. I thought those were a good couple points to bring up.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I'm actually, so where you were talking about looking up your passport document number, your driver's license, your EINs for your business. Now, where did you look those up? Was that on Fidelity or was that on GMEI?
Treasury Direct. Treasury Direct.
Now, where did you search that on Treasury Direct? Because I know the hunt tab was disabled. Do they have it back up?
It never works. It always says it's never working. And if you get the wizard's only going to let you do exactly what you can do in the calculator. So just go to the home page, treasurydirect.gov, I believe. And I'll confirm that for you in a second, but it's easy. It's just the Treasury Direct. And you go all the way down to the bottom, and right there in the middle it says, so you can go to the calculator. Because it tells you to go to the calculator. Savings calculator, savings wizard calculator. And then you just simply go into the series section. It's got only a couple options. You change the denomination. Most of the ones that are going to be applicable are going to be the E and EI. And I think maybe even C, but there's a couple other options there that are not really applicable to like us adults. They're like the ones that were issued for younger kids. But if you plug into that search bar, each one of your numbers, it's going to even tally up a list at the bottom for you, and it'll tell you the total amount. Now, here's something to keep in mind. My birth certificate has two numbers on it, a barcode, because I got the certified copy recently, which my original copy obviously didn't have a barcode on, but there is a barcode number, and a registration number. I typed in just all the numbers to each of those, and both of them popped up with a bond that was issued on my birth date. The same amount, $7,500. I guess that's how much we're worth. But for each one with a different serial number. See, that's the difference. Just because they're all my numbers, and just because there was 4 bonds issued on my birth date, doesn't mean it's one bond with different serial numbers. It means there's different bonds with their own serial numbers. So there's 4 of them. Then my driver's license number. My passport issued on the same day my passport was, and they took a $5,000 bond on it. And it's accruing interest for 30 years, I believe. Yeah, so 46. So, and then my QSIP number and my social both came up. So I found 7 for myself. I've got an LLC, and I've also got a fictitious business name that they issued me an EIN, and they took a bond out on it again. And back to now that you feel numbers that you recently initiated, and then to see somebody borrowing or making money on it, and you realize that it is my number. That number is in fact associated with the date that I just got the thing open, so it corroborates the fact that the account belongs to me. Then I start feeling violated a little more than the whole birth certificate thing, and I'm all, wait a minute, who's taking the interest? Apparently I'm supposed to care about that, so sorry, I go off on tangents. I'm a stoner.
No, that's fine though. That's good information. See, I used the bond calculator there. And when I had used the bond calculator, I had found, that my documents showed up with bonds. So I had called them, and when I called them, their excuse was that it's just a calculator and it generates what it would accrue. So I didn't end up putting. System. Yeah, I didn't end up putting.
Like those are dummy numbers. Those are dummy numbers. Those don't exist.
Yeah, I truly believe that there is something to that bond calculator like you do. The only reason why I didn't put up a video on it was
it wasn't. Those were dummy numbers, and here's how I proved it because they told me the same thing, and I talked to the guy who's in charge of the risk management department because that's what I do for a living, and yeah, if they were dummy numbers, then apparently when I opened up a business, and when I got my fictitious business last month, for example, why would those serial numbers come up with last month's date? And then talking about that one, my other business, then my passport, those are 3 different dates that were applicable to something I did, not that they would have known about ahead of time. And since each of them corresponds to the date that I, entered into that agreement, that confirms for me. And also there's another law, which I got them to confirm to me. I recorded the call too. I said, so is it correct that there's only allowed to be one sequence of numbers? In other words, if it's 9 digits long and I've got a number that's part of those 9 digits, those are my numbers. He's like the international barcode system. You can't have a second barcode that does the same thing just because it's China or America. It's one barcode internationally. So the same thing goes for the account number and or sequence of digits. There's 9 digits, and if I got a 9-digit number, it's mine. It belongs to me, and that's because it is, and it does. You can't borrow on it. You can't borrow on it. You're not allowed to do that. It's almost like intellectual property. Anyway.
Right. Yeah,
I'm gonna let you guys go.
No,
I could go on for days,
I
do think we need to be kind of a little not skeptical. Let's just do our due diligence, you guys. And there's a lot of us intelligent people that maybe have more time and effort and capabilities to be poking their noses around, which is why I think it's good for us to share where our thoughts are left at instead of what we know. Let's collaborate about what we wonder about because somebody else might have an answer for that or have time to look into it.
Definitely, I totally agree, and actually, you brought up a very good point. I like your perspective on all of that, and the knowledge that you just shared from your own experiences and what you've learned in your business. So that's fantastic.
This information helps us armor us for these phone calls. Yeah. Like, okay, don't try to go there with me, Mr. Risk Management. I found 7 of my serials, okay? Like, if it's just a birth certificate. Oh, what do you call the straw man scheme? That's a straw man scheme. Oh, that's a good one. But what about my driver's license scheme? Is that one out there too? Oh, passport scheme. It's all of them too? No, liar. So yeah, if we've got that as our armor, find your numbers, gather up your serial numbers, and then go grab another one. Go to the Secretary of State and get a fictitious business name filed. You can do it online. You'll get an EIN that night. I don't know how long or how many days to wait, but I mean, I had to wait. Like it's August, and I did mine last month, and mine showed up already as opened last month and accruing interest. So that's just what bothers me. And what's interesting is the birth certificate's worth 0.50% interest, but they're like a passport, like 0.10. It's like they valued it almost. Like, what the fuck? It's like we weren't worth that much as a birth person, but anyway, it's trippy. So I think this is what we need to armor ourselves with, more things like this. And that law, I'm going to find the number of that law or the rule or wherever it's written, that there can only be one sequence of numbers. That way they can try and tell us what they're doing with our numbers.
Yeah, definitely.
Stick together, you guys. Love, light.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Good time. Let's stay positive. Yes, you guys have a good night out there.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
I will. Take care.
Bye-bye. Steve Estelle. Yeah, man, I can't do that, bud. Sorry. I cannot understand you, so like I said, if you want to talk, you email me or you got to take the voice changer off, bud. Edward.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, brother?
Nothing. Hey, I did a quick search on Heather and Randy. They're both still in jail.
Okay, they're both still there.
Yeah, Heather's still in DC. Randy's in Tennessee. He got transferred from whatever facility he was into another one in Tennessee. If you sign up on VineLink,
Yeah, I actually have the Vine. I have Vine link. Yep.
they'll actually email you when they get moved.
Oh,
or
perfect.
Get released or anything like that. You just have to subscribe to it.
Yeah, I tried to check. I tried to check up on Heather. I didn't do it on Randy.
They misspelled Heather's name. That's why nobody could find her in the first place.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they misspelled her name. I can email it to you what the name is.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great. Because I would definitely like to put that on VineLink.
Yeah. And then it'll tell you when she gets moved to Tennessee and stuff like that. I don't see her getting released. I see her going.
Yeah, that's personally what my gut's telling me. But I'm gonna keep. Like I said, I'm gonna hope for the best and expect the worst. And stay positive and keep chugging along. I'm not gonna give them a free second of breath. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm not backing down. So.
Yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you. But her, whoever her cronies are saying she's getting released, and she's doing this and that on a Sunday, and that's all BS. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, I just
so much stuff has come off that site that is unproven, that you cannot find a fact on because it comes from just one of those people. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm just at this point trying to keep the unity, and I'm supporting, as I've got kind of been from the beginning. I'm supporting the fact that Heather and Randy are in jail, and because nobody belongs in jail unless it's
something serious. I agree.
Right. But as far as all that, like I said, I'm gonna try to see if I can reach out and see if I can possibly get a time for me and Harvey maybe to do a live stream call with Heather and really get what she.
Is she allowed phone calls now?
Yeah, from what I understand, she is. So I'm gonna try to see what I have to do to be able to get in touch with her and at least get even if it's a 10-minute phone call to give you guys a live update. That would be ideal, but I like I said, I'm gonna hope for the best, but expect the worst, and I'm not. That's pretty much why I wanted to make sure everybody knew today. We can't let up, can't think just because someone says one thing that means that it's all over and done. We got to keep persisting and pushing and fighting and.
But you always got to find the truth.
Exactly.
So you always got to find the truth. I mean, that's the main thing. I haven't even tried it. Any of this, just because I see this two going to jail and et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Definitely. And that's one big reason why I've been from the beginning. Telling people make sure that you get all of the information and you double check whoever it is you're getting the information from, whether it be Harvey or me or Crypto or Levitate, whoever it is. Don't just take, including myself, don't take their word as gold. Make sure that you double check what they're saying, that they're not leading you in the wrong direction. And then you have to ultimately make the choice for yourself if you feel comfortable doing it, if you can afford to have those extra fees.
If you can afford the return fees or whatever.
Right.
Because I've seen people getting their Amazon accounts closed saying, hey, money, your account's locked.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
So, hey, you just got to keep trying to find the truth and, see where it leads.
That's exactly it, brother.
Give you a heads up on Heather and Randy about them being out, etc. So yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's so we got it confirmed. Hey, do you have anything you could send me so I could put that in a video just to get that out to everybody to put that to bed?
Yeah, what do you want me to send you? I can send you.
If you have a link that shows them both there or a screenshot or something.
I'll send you screenshots if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's no problem. I'll send to the tip line again.
Awesome. You're the man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right. Thanks, brother.
No problem, man.
All right. Bye. 205. $205. Why is this not working all of a sudden again? There we go. 205.
Hey, Mike.
How are you?
Hey, I just called a little bit ago about the teletext.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure just from going through the chat that somebody wanted to know what routing number I use. I just want to say I used the one that was on the back of my Social Security card, and I also used the other one, the 158. I did both of them for telecheck.
Okay, so you used the Department, the Bureau of Public Debt, and then you used your normal Federal Reserve one.
Right. I gave him 2 accounts, and he didn't have a problem. They didn't have a problem with it. And I did find the email that Amazon sent me. It says that we have requested TRS Recovery Service, Inc. stop any further collections for the previous orders placed using your bank account. The hold has also been removed from your Amazon account. So I did get another email after that, and it was saying that 2 or 3 other things that I ordered, the sellers are no longer selling it or it's out of stock. So I'm assuming that the first part of this email means that could have meant that since it was, no longer available, that they weren't requesting payment from that again. I'm not sure. I won't find out until this week.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So you used both those accounts and they didn't have a problem. So, something like telecheck, then that goes to show you right there.
Yeah, they didn't have a problem at all. He was, yeah. He took both of them. So I was thinking, okay, well, I could use the one that's on the back of my Social Security card if I'm making purchases, and use the one for public debt if I'm paying for debt. That was my thinking. But he took it, so we'll see.
Perfect. Well, thank you for updating with that for all of the viewers. I appreciate that, as do they, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to tell you.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you. Allison again. Allison?
Hi there. Sorry, it took a second to load me up on there. I was going to ask a question, and all of a sudden I forgot it because I was going to say. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to come back. I lost it. I'll come back in a minute. I'm sure I'll remember.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye. Edward.
Hey, Mike.
Yep. What's up, brother?
Hey, one more thing. I sent you an email to your tip line. If you need any kind of IT stuff, you said you were looking for help for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know. I put out my entire resume out there for you in that email.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. That is something I'm looking to do, and I will be working on that very shortly. So.
All right. Rather than that, just wanted to give you a heads up.
I really appreciate it.
I'll send the screenshots tonight or tomorrow morning.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for all your help.
All right, bud. No problem, man.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Allison?
And this is horrible. I feel so horrible that I forgot. Okay, it was pretty much to chime in and also to finish up my intellectual, possibilities lecture with the love and the light, because it's exactly what this is all about. What is so remarkable is to see how many people are coming together, and it's got that whole feel of, what, nobody wants to suffer. Nobody wants anybody to suffer, but all of us are all in our own levels of circumstance that separate us, if you think about it, because that's where the heart goes out to. And I do believe that evil people are pretty much just pissed off people that never got loved the right way. So what we do need, what is happening, no one can take this away from us, that we have decided that something's about not wanting anyone to suffer has brought us together to stand up and find out what we can do together collectively. And that collective one will not tolerate, child trafficking, will not tolerate, satanic cults, will not tolerate, putting someone in jail and improperly in corrupt courts and power over people and, dollar bills for their millions. This is not what we'll tolerate. Why? Because we wouldn't have it for my family, so I guess I wouldn't have it for all of us. And we don't want to be the fool that's high and mighty. And that's what we're getting together for. And if it happens to be through this mission, this whole thought process of what would you do with the money, you guys? Think about it. It's the leveling field that we need to separate people from, are you willing to stand up for what's right, or are you up to no good? Because I don't like you if you are, And to finish this up with just another thing, it would be to bring attention to this. And there's a handful of people on this call. I'm currently going through a child custody battle that touches on all of these things, everything. My life has been assaulted. The child that I've raised all her life up until she was 7, 8 months ago, was taken from her father by submitting fraudulent claims, verbatim, just written words, signed and submitted through those allegations that are all fraud and have always been fraud. Custody changed, and she never came home. She and I were trying to get help for her. She was already scared of going back. And it turns out there's some association to, like the cartel, trafficking drugs, trafficking humans possibly. My case is so horrible. They're trying to get me out of the picture. And I need, if anybody out there has any legal knowledge, anybody that they know in LA, because I'm here. I've got a case that could essentially come after the federal government for allowing this to take place. This is irreparable damage, and I want my child back, and I'm absolutely terrified about what's going on. I don't even think that I don't even know where she is. He's got a warrant out for his arrest. I have a contempt hearing, 32 charges, and he didn't show up. So I don't even know where she is, and I need legal assistance. If there's anybody out there that knows anything or knows anybody that's willing to just talk to me straight. All I hear is, I can't give you legal advice, or do you have a lot of money? And my answer is no, I don't have any money, and I'm getting sideswiped over here, and I need to help my kid, So this whole situation is all about the same thing. We all need to care about each other. We need to care about the children. Okay, there's some sick things going on right now. Let's not let this go down, you guys. If there's anything you can do to help me, please contact me somehow. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know. Michael, tell me how to aware. I don't know. Visible. If there's anybody that has information for me, and thank you for listening.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you email me?
Okay.
If you don't know my email already, go to my YouTube channel, and then on the About section, I have 2 different emails. Send it to the one that says like Community Outreach Divisions, and then I'll try to work with you to get some information and get your story.
And I don't even have to lean on you. You're so busy.
No, hey, that's what I'm here for. I mean, as I said in the video earlier, we also got to remember that there's other things that come up, and we can't completely get lost in these accounts and then totally forget about other things that are important, that go down in the world and with each other. So that's all part of what this family is you got to look out for each other and be there to help each other. So email me.
Things have to get settled through other means too.
Yeah.
It's all the same stuff. We got to fight for what's right. Thank you, guys.
Exactly.
Love and light to everybody. Have a good night.
Put something like urgent in the subject, and we'll try to work something out so I can help get you some exposure on that and try to find you some like.
That would be great. I really threaten my life pretty much in that roundabout sort of way. So I'm dealing with something. It's going to be a movie or something crazy. Okay, I'll send you that information. And thank you so much, everybody, for all the energy we're putting into this. Let's keep up the good work. Let's keep it strong.
Definitely. I totally agree.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. That is the end of the calls. So that hour went a little bit longer than an hour, but we had a good call tonight. even with them trying to mess with the connection and trying to crash the conference call several times. For those of you guys on the live stream, and to those of you guys on the conference call, thank you for being a part of that, and those of you that were sharing the information, your ideas, for all that sharing as well. That's how we're gonna, continue moving forward and figuring this thing together. Not being afraid of our ideas out that we have. No idea is crazy. They thought Albert Einstein was crazy before he invented some of the most important things that we use today. So I guess I normally would take some questions in the live stream. I ran way over tonight, and I do have some more stuff I gotta get working on to get out for you guys for tomorrow and whatnot. Thank you guys, though. The support is awesome. I mean, this channel is just really kind of coming together to be a really, really good community, and I'm really, really happy with that. And I'm hoping that you guys are happy with where this channel has grown to and where it's headed. So as soon as the last caller gets me that information, I'll try to put something together to get that out there. And if you guys can share that and pass it around, I'm sure Stacy and everybody else on the Facebook and the community outreach side will also do what they do best and share that around as well. Yeah. Much love, guys. God bless. If you haven't, wow, my mind's jumbled. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like. If you haven't already subscribed, do so now. Hopefully after tomorrow when I have that service call, and we figure out what's going on here, and I won't have any more of these issues with this crappy connection. Leave me your thoughts in the comments section below, and most importantly, get this information out. Any of the stuff that was talked about in here, if you guys end up digging up on it and you find some stuff, please send that over to me. And yeah, guys, thank you for a very good conference call and a good live stream. Much love, guys. God bless.